Okay, this is my SWOT presentation. I'm not going to read through everything, but I just want to give you an idea as to where I think our strengths are within our school. Safety is a strength. Interventionists are a strength, and that focuses on math, literacy, and dyslexia. We have a collaborative faculty where they talk, they work together, pick the best materials that is beneficial to students. We have technology. Every classroom has an iPad cart that each child has their own iPad with their own information in it. Weakness is support staff, like the parapros are stretched thin. If they can't make it to the class when they're supposed to, the teacher then has to try to revamp something, and that can cause behavior problems. Also, parental involvement. I feel like that could be better, but I know that it's hard when parents are working and they have to be at work and their hours are not flexible. Weakness continued is that we have a high number of students needing intervention. This is because I feel like a lot of kids sometimes are passed along without being like mastering their standards before moving on to the next grade. One weakness that stands out to me, and this is what I'm doing my presentation on, is behavior. Behavior, we need a plan to be put into place to hold students accountable. We need to come up with things that are going to help students create a better behavior, a positive environment. So I'm going to talk about that as to how we can fix the behavior problem within the school. Some opportunities that I noticed are specialized workshops. Having workshops that are important and that are useful for teachers. Curriculum, using curriculum that is on the student's level. I've noticed that there's been some curriculum before that is like way over everybody's head, but I like the curriculum that we use in our school. Another opportunity would be standard-based grading. I feel like that helps make sure every child understands the standards, knows the standards before they move on to the next grade. And PBIS, Positive Behavior Intervention and Support. This will also kind of be like a part of a plan for the behavior where we're having trouble. So threats that I've noticed could be budget cuts, poverty, increased competition with like online schools or schools that are close to our district, and also high stress levels amongst the teachers. Our vision is believing, achieving, and succeeding. So I am wanting to figure out a way to make behavior better. So one resource that I thought would be a good idea to bring in would be the Junior Auxiliary. They can assist schools by fostering positive student behavior and academic achievement through incentive-based programs. They can encourage and reward students when they meet their goals. These initiatives provide important positive adult interaction and serve as powerful motivators. Junior Auxiliary also supports schools and teachers through grants. These funds can be vital for implementing programs like PBIS or for acquiring essential classroom resources. The support from the Junior Auxiliary helps students gain knowledge and skills necessary for future success. So everything that I'm talking about is going to try to help fix behavior problems in the school, which hopefully will lead to them being better adults. So also bringing in using like counseling places like Living Hope, Delta Counseling. Counselors can focus on the underlying mental health of a student and also their social emotional factors that often drive students to certain behaviors. They go through the process to understand and to support the child. They provide different types of help for students and families. Now, I also know that they teach students how to cope with things and how to respond with healthier responses. Counselors are trained in social emotional learning development and can implement programs or provide resources that students need. This will help them with self-awareness, self-management, relationship skills, responsible decision making. These skills are fundamental to positive behavior. So I know not every child can meet with a counselor, but those that have extreme behavior problems, maybe they could get that one-on-one with the counselor. Foster grandparents is another thing that I would pull in, because foster grannies or foster grandparents provide emotional support. It provides academic assistance and positive role models. And it also improves social emotional development and provides a more learning positive environment. So if one is shy or introverted or experiencing emotional difficulties, foster grandparents help with this, and they also offer help to students academically, and this can reduce the frustration and improve academic performance, which therefore leads to a more positive behavior. You could also pull in churches. They can offer volunteers for like mentoring and classroom assistance. Church members can also collaborate with families and schools to offer support and accommodations for students with disabilities or special needs who are experiencing those behavior challenges. Amanda West is another resource. She does the food grants, and we need free breakfast and free lunch within our school, because hunger has a direct impact on the students' ability to learn and on their behavior. So free meals play a role in reducing behavior issues, often linked to hunger-induced cognitive impairment, frustration, irritability. School nutrient resource helps students to focus effectively on learning. There have been studies that show that free school meals lead to fewer disciplinary referrals. Students who are well nourished are less prone to have destructive behaviors that result in office referrals or other disciplinary actions. Something that I would like to bring in would be a Billy store. This will be used as a reinforcing positive behaviors across the school. This would serve as a central location. It will allow students to redeem their Billy Bucks earned through demonstrating desired actions. This system will directly motivate students to consistently engage in behaviors like following the classroom rules, completing assignments, showing kindness, and being respectful to others. Consistency creates a more predictable and positive learning environment, which in turn fosters a strong sense of fairness among students. Students will become excited when they are able to purchase items from the school store, and this positive reinforcement can be beneficial for those who may have lacked motivation or struggle with behavior issues in the past. Another thing, we need to bring in rewarding students every 9 weeks for their behavior. So rewarding positive behavior for good conduct. This method can be beneficial for those who respond well to tangible rewards, helping them cultivate self-discipline and intrinsic motivation. Rewards also serve as positive reinforcement, making desired behaviors more likely to be repeated. Rewards can significantly boost student motivation and engagement, encouraging more active class participation and a drive for positive outcomes. This is particularly beneficial for students who may struggle with motivation or who become easily discouraged. The reward system needs to be clear, consistent, and easy to understand. They know what's expected of them. It gradually goes from the Billy store every other week. They're getting money every week, can go to the store every other week. And every time you do this with that daily behavior chart, you're getting your money, you're getting your reward, and you continue that, then you're going to be rewarded again at the end of the 9 weeks with something a little bit bigger. Maybe like a half a day at the park, or extended lunch, something that they would enjoy. Technology, this technology will help because of Class Dojo. It's a valuable tool for behavior management. It allows teachers to quickly and easily award points for positive behaviors. Class Dojo is also easy for teachers to track progress, identify patterns, and offer targeted feedback. It also facilitates us communication between the teachers and the student's caregiver. This keeps them informed about their child's behavior and allows collaboration on improvement strategies. And also, Class Dojo can free up valuable teacher time for instructional and essential tasks. Laws and bills. The first one, HB 1793. This legislation shifts the focus from positive behavior support to behavioral intervention. The Act 1029, it's an act that revises statutes regarding anti-bullying. And this is where teachers are required 2 hours of PD for bullying and suicide risk. The HB 1062, it aims to address violent or abusive behaviors in the classroom, focusing on removing students who exhibit such behavior from the class and teacher-student harmed. This bill also includes provisions for ALE and potential expulsion for repeated offense. Short-term goals, students will have daily take-home folders. They get behaviors. If they get a 90 and up, they get their Billy Bucks. If they get lower than, or 80 and lower, they do not get their Billy Bucks. So I already talked about how students will go to the store bi-weekly. And then that's the short-term goal. Long-term goal is we want students to be able to recognize, name their feelings. We want to teach them how to cope with their feelings, become better communicators, proficient at problem solving, and we want them to become lifelong active learners, listeners, being able to have a positive relationship in their adulthood. Expected outcomes, schools will create a safer and more positive learning environment. There will be an increase in academic performance. There will be improved social emotional well-being for students, and this will lead to reduced office discipline referrals, improve student attendance, and decrease disruptive behavior. So these things hopefully would help with the foster granny, the counseling, the junior auxiliary, the Billy store, the reward system. Hopefully these things that would be put into place will help with our student behavior and help that improve.